Buck, so the news on Marte, first of all, is that good news for you guys?
Well, we were hoping that there wasn't something, some form of a fracture, but the good news is that it looks like something he'll be able to manage. I don't want to say similar to the one Lindor had. Jeff played through stitches there, but this one probably going to have to give us some time to. But hopefully, it won't be very long. Just kind of manage it day to day. With not really sure exactly. You got a lot of people kind of weighing in some time frames, so they're not exactly all saying the same things. Let's just see how it goes.
What are the ranges on those time frames?
Pardon?
What are the ranges that you guys have gotten?
Day to day.
See,
Hey, what do you think? Hey, what do you think? And Marte's out to play tomorrow. I said, well, you can't. There's an off day.
Just to be
I
clear,
did try to get him to put some spikes on tonight to run.
you don't anticipate this being an IL proposition?
Well, I wouldn't rule out anything at this point. It just depends on how it quickly it heals and how it feels and what our needs are. But he's certainly somebody worth waiting on, and that's what we're planning on doing right now.
But can a night like tonight just kind of take the pressure off of the offense after they've been in a funk for a couple of weeks?
No, not at all. No, really, it's a day-to-day thing. It's I think the guys realize what happens today doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow, negatively or positive. And you got to stay in that world. It's another pitcher, another team, it's a good night. Our guys were frustrated coming in a little bit, so I think they got to. I don't know if frustrated is the right word. Just knew they were capable of better. So I think it showed they kind of got on a roll. Had a lot of good at bats. A lot of good walks. I thought we got real patient there instead of trying to do too much.
You've got some guys at the bottom of the order that gotten going, Willie Escobar, McCann, and Naquin today.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that mean when you have that kind of dynamic going?
Yeah, well, it's got the guys at the top with a lot of track record that at some point they're going to get to, but to have a really good lineup, you got to I always talk about. I think I've told you. I kind of look at my 7 and 8, our 7, 8, 9 versus their 7, 8, 9, our fourth and fifth starter versus theirs, our non-closer setup guys versus theirs. You kind of get an understanding of what type of challenge you present to the other team. So both games of doubleheader. Winning 2 games in doubleheader is hard. Ethan just told me we were 14 and 4 in doubleheader. That's hard to do. That shows a lot of concentration and intensity over a long period of time. I tell you, we had a great traveling party here, fans with the Mets. I thought, especially the second game, really lifted the team a little bit. We appreciate them coming out here. That's a long way, and almost felt like we had a lot of support here. It meant a lot to us.
You have Peterson pitching Friday.
Is there light flashing, or am
Yeah,
I going back and forth?
It is.
I thought I was having a moment there. Maybe I am. What?
Is Peterson pitching Friday?
I don't know yet. We're waiting to see how we got through tonight. We have some options. It depends on how well we think Taiwan's blister is healing. I know Krasko's pitching Saturday. And we'll see how Jake comes out of there as far as he and Bass and what order we go in. Those are all the things Jeremy and I talked about and Billy before the game. I'm going to try to let the smoke clear, but I'd really like to give the guy an idea tonight at some point before we land who's pitching on Friday, so we're going to work on that. Who'd you pitch?
What do you think of deGrom?
Good. He had a little not trouble. He just, as soon as he got his feet on the ground after the first inning, he was Jake. That was good. Otto needed an inning. Didn't want him to go 5 days. We never I don't think we have. Maybe once or twice. Try to stay in that 3 range. Didn't want him to go to 5. It wanted to work down there, and I wanted to get Claudio off the snide a little bit. Take a look at him. Lopez will go back now. So,
6 straight starts where you've retired 12 in a row or more. When you get into that type of rhythm on any given night, just what does that feel like on the mound?
I didn't know I retired that many in a row in any of those. It's just trying to locate, and James did a nice job tonight, and we mixed it up a lot. So, the goal is to just throw it where I want and execute pitches. You know, I was fortunate enough to have some good defense behind me, and then, you know, the guys put up a ton of runs for me. So all around good win.
Did anything get sharper for you in particular as the night went on?
Yeah, I threw a lot of changeups. You know, haven't had a great feel for it in my previous starts. Been working on it in between, and felt like my changeup was really good. I think I ended up throwing like 14 of them. So, you know, that was a huge plus for me, and definitely going to be a huge plus moving forward.
How important do you think having that third pitch? Because you haven't really needed it in these tests so far. How important do you think that can be for you in September?
Yeah, you know, in previous years, my changeup's been a big pitch for me, and you know, wanting to get back to that, throwing it, you know, and being comfortable throwing it in different counts. So tonight was a good test of that. You know, I threw some really good ones. You know, some weren't great, but overall they were a lot better than what they had been previously. So same with the curveball, mixing it in, you know, quite a bit more. You know, anything that you can use to keep guys off balance, you know, that's a huge plus. So. You know, use the curveball against the Dodgers, and then, you know, used it tonight along with the changeup. So it's 4 pitches that you got to look at, and, you know, it's easier. It makes it harder on them when they can't eliminate pitches. So, you know, you got 4 that you got to look for, and you can't just cheat the 2.
Jake, what has changed or altered your mentality with that? Because I know even though those pitches have always been plus pitches, you felt in the past that you didn't want to get beat on them if they're your 3rd or 4th best pitch.
I think the situation dictates it a lot. You know, like runners on, runners in scoring position. You know, that is normally whenever you're going to go to your better 2 pitches. You know, but the way my changeup was tonight, you know, I'd be comfortable throwing that with runners in scoring position. It's just getting back comfortable throwing it. So, and that's what makes it tough. You know, if you have 3 to 4 pitches you can throw with a guy in scoring position, then they can't sit on, you know, 1 or 2. So, you know, it's just getting back out there and throwing it. You know, it's in the bullpen. It's, you know, I've been able to throw it and it's been good. It's just, you know, you're a little extra amped up with a major league hitter in there. So making sure I executed then, it was, you know, and tonight was a huge plus with that.
How do you sum up the last 10 hours or so for the team?
Yeah, it was a huge, you know, come in here and win 2 games, you know, after losing a tough one the first night. So it was big to come in here and get 2. Got an off day tomorrow, regroup, and, you know, go and try to win a series in Miami.